Welcome to this season of Mentoring Moments, where we talk about the backstage part of a leader's life. Could be a pastor, could be a spouse, it could be a person in leadership. But we all have this area that is seen by others, and then behind that, there's a backstage area we talk about. And in the Mentoring Moments, that's where we work, because we know that if a person is strong in the core part of their life, it's going to show when they're in front of other people. And conversely, if we're not strong in the core area, it will eventually come out in front of others. So we talk about the backstage part of life in the Mentoring Moments. We divide the subjects into what we call seasons, and then there are usually 4 episodes in each season. And the whole idea would be that we would talk about a subject matter where in private we would learn about it, and then we would take that to a small group and there talk about it to the group and find support and help. And there we share life experiences and we grow. So in this particular Mentoring Moment season, we're talking about forgiveness. And when I say the word forgiveness, even as I say it, I wonder, is there some kind of a flinch that happens inside as you hear it? Maybe your heart beats a little bit faster. Perhaps you're thinking about a person. Maybe a face comes to mind. If I used my hands here, you might be thinking about a person with whom you used to find a plus. There was something that pulled you together. And now you feel like something's happened with the two of you, and you've kind of done this to each other. And the space in between is filled with question marks or with some fear, maybe some blame, or even perhaps some hiding. And internally, you're feeling there needs to be some reconciliation. There needs to be some forgiveness. And to give credit where credit is due, a message by Dan Diebel at the church that I attend, Westside Family Church, kind of started me thinking about this and gave some context and inspiration for this message. Several things happen when we do this. Internally, it affects us mentally, physically, spiritually. And mentally, psychologists will tell us when you feel flooded, then your whole brain function starts to slow down. When you feel emotional, you often feel stress. And stress can inhibit our ability to communicate and communicate well. Also, there's the spiritual part. When you feel distance between you and someone else, it isn't just distance between you and that person. It often affects our spiritual life. Sometimes it even gives an open door to the enemy if we don't address it. So several things begin to happen that are all negative, right? Physically, maybe your heart even feels like it beats a little bit faster, so that sometimes people will be under stress or heart palpitations, their blood pressure goes up. Digestion, sometimes you feel like things aren't right inside of you in your gut. And so there's all kinds of things that can happen, insomnia, and I could go on, but I know that you get the point, so I'll stop. If we don't address this need for forgiveness or the need to offer forgiveness, then it's going to be bad for us. So who loses if we don't forgive? Is it just the other person who doesn't get forgiveness? No, it's also us. If we don't forgive, someone said it's like drinking poison and hoping the other person gets sick. So the Bible encourages us, and we're going to study in these Mentoring Moments, the importance of forgiving and forgiving quickly. When we do that and we begin to turn around, and if the other person can turn back toward us, lots of good things happen. So let's concentrate on that at the end of this particular first episode. So what happens if you do reconcile? Well, you find mutual trust grows. Probably intimacy can be better than ever before. You also feel confident as you go into other relationships. And honestly, it's like a load is lifted off of you. You just feel light, and you feel like you can conquer the world when you had a restoration with your mate or with a friend. And we want that for you. It's kind of like the country music song plays backwards. So you get back your dog and your girlfriend, and it stops raining, and you trade your hybrid in for a Ford F-150 truck. You know, the whole world is made right when you've been able to restore a friend. So next we're going to talk about how do we do that?